The Operations Library is an interactive library and storehouse of often used documents, marketing material, email templates, and call scripts. When an email template or letter template is generated anywhere in the system, it is based on the saved template in the Operations Library. Likewise, if a call script is available on a pending action to call a prospect, that script is driven by the saved call script in the Operations Library. So the Ops Library stores the master copy, so to speak, for the various documents and material that every user utilizes. However, if the Ops Library simply had a text document, such as an email template saved in full Word format, the user would have to constantly edit the name of who it was being sent to, and the name and the signature of the sender, among various other pieces of information that would be interchangeable. To avoid creating more editing work for everyone, the Ops Library employs what we call tagging codes. A tagging code is a line of unique looking text that pulls information actively from the system database to customize information for the user, rather than having the user customize that information for themselves on multiple occasions. Let's look at an example. In the Ops Library in the left pane, select Email Templates. And once that template list is populated, select number 91, Welcome Letter, from the middle pane. Right away, the user will notice the first line, $_file_name. If the user had an action to email this letter to a client, rather than having to type that client's name in the top of the email, the system recognizes the client's name because of the tagging code. Since the action is associated with this particular client, his or her name will populate in the email thanks to the tagging code. Notice that there are multiple tagging codes in this email template, and each one pulls a piece of information from the system that keeps the users from having to type that out themselves. These tagging codes are replaced by that information in the actual emails if they are entered in the Groups and Users section. Otherwise, the users will have to replace it themselves. So within the Ops Library, a user can edit the actual text of a template email, letter, or employee operation document, or edit the tagging codes to create the desired template that should be used. Once the master copy of any of these documents are edited and saved in the Ops Library, it will be reflected throughout the system anytime these documents are generated. That being said, let's take a look at each one of the categories in the left pane to further understand this process and become more acquainted with how to use the Ops Library to its full potential. The first category on the left is the call scripts. Select the first script in the list, number 1 call script, set first appointment. If the user were to actually use this call script, it would be available on the pending action to call a specific contact. So it only makes sense to have this call script customized for that contact. Notice that throughout the script in red, there is the $_file_name tagging code. In this fashion, when the actual call script is opened, the contact's name will replace that tagging code so the users can simply read the script without having to worry about remembering the name of the person that he or she is talking to. Also notice the tagging code in the first sentence of the script, $_company_name. That tagging code will be replaced by the name of the user's firm. Since these scripts are provided as a default to every firm that utilizes the AC9 software, this allows each firm to differentiate themselves. Likewise, within each firm, the tagging code $_employee name will be used in this call script and all kinds of documents so that any user will have his or her name automatically populated in the communication that they're sending out and the scripts that they might be reading. When looking at all of the call scripts in the middle pane, notice that these scripts are essentially in place just for setting appointments. Again, these are the default call scripts provided. If a firm wanted to install call scripts for other kinds of calls, they could create those scripts here and save them into the call scripts menu of the Ops Library so they could actually use it in the software application. Tagging codes are optional and highly recommended as they maximize user efficiency. To do this, the user would select a call script and then hit the Add New File button in blue at the top of the selected call script. This will bring up a fresh window for the user to write in the desired call script and save it into the list of scripts with the green Save button. Already saved call scripts can be deleted in a similar fashion with the Delete File button in red once a script is selected. The Compliance and Legal category will have documents of that nature saved within for easy use by the firm. Because these documents are usually very long, there is no preview pane like with call scripts or email templates when you select them in the middle pane. Instead, this category is set up to allow the user to print or download these files with an easy customization option for specific contacts. Notice that to the right of the list of documents, there is a display of title of the document, the file size, and a box that reads Prepare for Client. The user can input the name of the client that this document will apply to and quickly download the file with that contact's name in the appropriate fields. When selecting a contact in this box, it has a drop-down feature that is identical to the quick search box at the top right of the software browser screen. Start by typing in the last name and then select the appropriate contact. Once the contact's name is in the box, hit the download button to generate the document with the contact's name where applicable. Much like the rest of the software, the Add New File, Delete File, and Save button work to add, delete, and save files when appropriate. The email template section is the storehouse for all the email templates that are automatically generated while using the software. From here, the user can edit text, tagging codes, and attachments to create fully customizable email templates. The AC9 default email templates are in place to provide templates for the bulk of what a firm might be emailing to prospects and clients. There are templates for marketing to leads depending on how those leads were generated, welcome letters, login setup, thank you letters for clients for new business and/or referrals, referral dinner invitations, follow-ups to that, change of portfolio notifications, seminar invites, appointment reminders, standards of engagement notification, quarterly fee filing notification, and birthday mailings. Let's take a look at the first template in the list, number 0, blank template. Once the template is selected, notice that it will populate in the pane below. The first line is the name of the email, the second is the subject, and below that are 5 blank slots for adding attachments. This will be the case with every template. This template is set up to allow the user to write a custom message in the body of the email without having to worry about whom it is addressed to or the signature. As the user will notice, the signature is made up of tagging codes. The user can edit any of the information just like in a normal Word document. Below the Add New File, Delete File, and Save buttons, the user can edit, format, and font. If the mouse is placed over any of the format or font buttons, a small pop-up will appear to explain what that button does. With email templates, there are always going to be certain variables that need user input when an email is composed. For example, if an outgoing email is being sent out that is to remind a prospect of an appointment, the user will need to write in what the day and time of the appointment are. In these cases, the email templates have been formatted to highlight those areas in bright yellow, signaling the user that he or she needs to edit something here. Have a look at email template number 9, appointment reminder. In the second paragraph of the email, the sentence reads, as a courtesy reminder, you are scheduled for enter date and time of meeting here, highlighted in yellow. This signals to the user very plainly that the date and time needs to be added by them. Attachments can be added to email templates by clicking the Browse button next to the attachment slots, and the subject line can be edited as the user wishes. For reference, to the right of the email template list, there is a column titled Last Updated. This indicates to the user when the last time any of these templates were changed. The Employee Operations category contains documents that will be used in employee operations regularly, such as policies and procedures, interview templates, RMD reminders, U4 paperwork, ADVs, client termination letters, employment application and termination, and much like the compliance and legal category, a list of documents is populated in the middle pane with no preview. The user can add and delete to this list. When a document is selected and the user wants to download it or print it, he or she can fill out the Prepare for Client box and hit Download. This generates a Word document customized for the contact that was entered. The next section is letter templates. Templates for letters that are paper mailed out to contacts will be kept in this category. The letter wizard that is part of the CRM section is driven by the templates that are saved here. The main function of the letter templates section is to house a master copy of all the firm's letter templates and to allow customization on those. The functionality works exactly the same as explained in the email templates section as far as tagging codes and font and format editing. Lastly, the marketing category. The marketing category is simply used for storing the master copy of the firm's marketing material and allowing the users to customize those as needed.